In this video, I will tell you about my experience using Pygame Zero for game development. Back in 90s, I got my first computer as a birthday present. It was an old 286 IBM PC, which was already completely outdated, and it couldn't run any decent games. However, I accidentally found QBasic installed there. I didn't know a word in English, but I somehow managed to decipher QBasic help file, and I started writing some very simple programs. Time went by, and now I have years of production programming experience, but I didn't write games until very recently. One day, I was playing with my son, and he asked me how he could install Roblox Studio and how he could write computer games. My son is 6, so Roblox Studio seemed like a bit too much for him. I suggested to start small and probably learn how to write some simple games using Python. But there was a problem. I couldn't teach him something I couldn't do myself, so I had to learn how to write computer games. I knew that Pygame was a very popular game engine for Python, so I went to Amazon and I bought a book called Computer Coding Python Games for Kids. That's a weird name, by the way. I thought it was based on Pygame and the book had decent reviews. Well, the book was using Pygame Zero. After skimming the book, I realized that writing small games was not that difficult. In this little game that I created, you basically need to avoid an asteroid which flies around. It would be getting faster and faster, and, annoyingly enough, you will also run out of power if you move too much. It has music, sound effects, and it even used to have some explosion animation, but I decided it wasn't necessary. I have actually created a short video tutorial explaining how I made this game. Feel free to check this out if you didn't see it. The link is in the description. So, it turned out that writing 2D games isn't that hard. I can do this, and I can probably teach a kid how to do this. There are some tricks you need to know, but it's not more difficult than writing REST API or test automation framework. And for me, it's way more fun. So, I'd like to share my thoughts regarding Pygame Zero. Do I think Pygame Zero is a good game engine? Well, yes and no. First, Pygame Zero isn't a real game engine. It is more like a wrapper around Pygame. You can make some very basic games using Pygame Zero API, but occasionally you will need to use Pygame API. In addition, some of the design choices Pygame Zero has don't make sense to me. For example, music and screen are some kind of magic global variables appearing out of nowhere. You don't import them. Instead, Pygame Zero does some magic around. And that leads to different treatment Pygame Zero gives to the main script and imported modules. So, for example, when I was trying to take an actor class into a separate module, it became not straightforward. You will have to dance around Pygame Zero, something you don't really want from a tool. I would say Pygame Zero is good for kids who are not yet serious about writing games or programming. If you are not that kid and you are serious about programming or writing games, you might be happier with Pygame and Arcade. By the way, if you're interested in those game engines, let me know in the comments. I will try to make a more focused video review. So I decided I wouldn't make any more Pygame Zero videos. However, I found a Pixel, or Pixel, no idea how to pronounce this correctly, to be honest with you. It is a complete game engine and ecosystem for creating retro games. It is freaking awesome, and I will post a full tutorial on building a game using it. So, if it's something which you find fun and interesting, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and switch on the notification bell. I will post more and more game development related videos. And I would find it really helpful if you hit the like button and probably write me a comment, even if it's just complaining about my horrible accent and lousy grammar. That was Test Encoder. See you around.